Welcome, Python enthusiasts, to today's tutorial on mastering functions in Python. Functions are powerful tools that allow us to encapsulate reusable pieces of code. They enhance code readability, maintainability, and overall efficiency. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know about functions in Python, from basic syntax to advanced techniques. Let's start with the basics. A function in Python is a block of code that performs a specific task. It takes input, processes it, and optionally returns an output. Here's a simple function definition on screen. This function, named greet, simply prints hello, world, when called. Functions can take input through parameters. These parameters act as placeholders for data that will be passed to the function when it's called. Let's see an example. In this function, name is a parameter. When we call the function and pass an argument, like greet, Alice, Alice is the argument that gets assigned to the name parameter. Functions can also return values using the return statement. This allows functions to produce output that can be used elsewhere in the code. Let's see how it works. In this add function, the return a plus b statement returns the sum of a and b to the caller. Python allows us to define default parameter values for functions. These values are used if the caller doesn't provide a value for that parameter. Here's an example. If we call greet, without any arguments, it will print hello, guest. But if we call greet, Alice, it will print hello, Alice. Python also supports variable length arguments, allowing functions to accept an arbitrary number of arguments. Let's take a look. In this average function, *args collects all the arguments passed to the function and stores them in a tuple. We can then perform operations on this tuple, like calculating the average. Lambda functions, also known as anonymous functions, are small, single-expression functions that can be defined inline. They're useful for short, simple operations. Here's an example. This square lambda function takes a single argument x and returns its square. Before we wrap up, let's discuss some best practices for writing functions in Python. 1. Descriptive names. Use descriptive names for functions and parameters. 2. Modularity. Break down complex tasks into smaller, reusable functions. 3. Documentation. Write clear docstrings to explain what each function does. Functions are the building blocks of Python programming. Mastering them will greatly enhance your coding skills and productivity. That's all for today's tutorial on mastering functions in Python. I hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe Coder Squad. Happy coding!